Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today I've got some more upgrades planned for the C20. So I've already started diving in on this guy. The plan is to replace that manifold because that's a 2-barrel carburetor. And I would normally be fine with a 2-barrel carburetor on this truck, but it doesn't run right. It's not even the right carb for this truck. Things are screwy, and I've got a 4-barrel carbon manifold. So this is not an Edelbrock. This is the factory manifold that came on the Blazer. I have this Edelbrock on the Blazer, so this has just been living in that box, but I just cleaned it off, sandblasted it, painted it, so now it's all nice and shiny and ready to go on. And you guys can see I've kind of started taking this guy apart. All I really did was drain the oil, drain the coolant, take off that coolant hose, and mostly take the carb off. So it's still on there, but just kind of dangling by the fuel line. But yeah, this thing was terrible. It was just lean popping and doing weird stuff, and all different underload and whatnot. Timing was good. It's got new spark plugs. Cap and rotor are pretty good. But yeah, so first step is really just to drain the fluids. This being, like most V8s, their coolant that goes between the cylinder heads through the manifold. So you can't just pull the manifold, otherwise you tend to get coolant in the oil. So drained that, so minimum. I am also going to pull the oil pan and reseal that later on. And while I'm in there, I'm also going to see why I've got low oil pressure. Could be bearings are toast. It could be that the pump is toast. But I have, like, I don't know, 5 pounds of oil pressure at temp, at idle. Comes back up to, like, 40 at underload at RPM, but it's a little iffy, so if I can do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. But yeah, a little more involved than an old 4-cylinder inline like this Volvo. This guy, just a couple bolts, manifold comes off. There's no cooling to deal with or any of that. So I'm just going to keep tearing all the pieces off of this. I did already take the spark plug cap and wires off. I'm probably going to actually just remove the rest of these wires. One thing I did do was turn the engine over to top dead center on number 1 on the compression stroke, and marked the point of the rotor onto the base of the distributor. That way I'll have some chance of getting this back together and having my timing be close. But you do have to pull the distributor, so you do have to reset the timing. So that's really no biggie. But anyway, yeah, so got some heater hoses to remove, and then some mouse turds, and a whole bunch of vacuum stuff. So I'm going to take care of that and then check back in. coolant. It's hard to see, but there's a little spider friend. Probably Black Widow. There's a lot of them around here. So yeah, just pulled the last heater hose off the manifold, and of course, you know, lost the vacuum block. So now the heater core is draining. That's why I left a drain pan down there. Honestly, I could close it up right now. I just have the petcock on the radiator still open. But it's probably not the end of the world to give that a bit of a flush. So anywho, got most things undone. There was 2 vacuum lines here. This one went to the transmission modulator valve. This one went to the brake booster. Neither of them had a hose clamp, so that might be a vacuum leak. Got the throttle cable off. This is some weird aftermarket doohickey. I might end up having to replace that. That is the kickdown cable. It should be pretty easy. Just fish that through. So yeah, we are pretty much just ready now to yoink this thing. Gonna just pull the distributor out. There's a little clamp down here, and I think it's a 9/16, maybe a 1/2 inch. You can maybe get a wrench in there. They also make these fancy, weird angled stuff, or you can just take a wrench and heat it up and bend it yourself. I decided to go the buy it route, just because. So yeah, well, I don't think I might need to take this bracket off. It might be in the way, and then I definitely need to take this ground wire off. So I'm going to do that, and then it'll be ready. All right, here's my goofy, weird distributor wrench. You can kind of index it. This guy is in fact a 9/16. So basically just going to loosen this guy. Actually, I guess now I can twist the distributor out of the way. Alright, that's the clamp that holds it down. And now I should, I have no idea what that is, should be able to just lift this guy right out. And there we go. One distributor removed. You could probably leave the cap on, but again, I didn't. And I don't necessarily know if I have to, but I am going to take the valve covers off, just because they're kind of in the, you know, they might be in the way of this. I did already remove the fasteners, but I think someone glued that down real good. So, okay. That came off easier than I thought. Stay over there. This is actually the first I'm really seeing inside the engine. I've never taken these guys off yet. And yep, they've got a cork gasket, but they went to town with the silicone. Don't do that. I'll show you how to do that later. Alright. So far, nothing too bad. Just normal engine stuff. I was half expecting this to be like super sludgy and gross. So now everything is off of the manifold. I think it's time to start taking these bolts out. now we are going to remove all of the fasteners. And I'm going to stick them in that bowl. And I'm also going to remove these in a, zigzaggy crisscross pattern from the outside in. It shouldn't really be required, but it doesn't hurt, so I'm going to do that. Not that I really care about this manifold, or that anyone really cares about a 2-barrel manifold. You never know. These are all super loose. I wonder if that has something to do with things. So I know that carb was wrong for this because this is for an automatic choke. There's a little rod that should be coming up to open and close the choke. The carb that's on there had a manual choke, so yeah. Looks like a good enough spot. Oh. Normally they're stuck on way harder than that. I'm starting to think that maybe this was a good idea. So yeah, just gotta clean this guy up, and really all I gotta do is just clean this up and then plop the new manifold on. With some new gaskets, of course. So before we install the new manifold, we still need to take some pieces off of this. So obviously the water neck and thermostat, the heater hose nipple, and then this vacuum port for our brake booster and transmission modulator. I don't think I'm going to need this bracket, but I'll take it off and save it just in case. And there's no provision for this guy on here, but this guy is just kind of capped off, so don't have to worry about it. And if you were wondering, the spark plug wires that were on here were just a random assortment of various different plugs. So I already ordered a new set of those, so we'll be dealing with that eventually. Alright guys, so that video is running a little bit long, so we're going to have to break it into a few parts. Next time, I'm definitely going to be cleaning up the surfaces and installing the new manifold. I may put into a third part with some of the other things like the valve covers and the oil pan, but we'll see then. But next time, manifold's definitely going on, so that'll be a part 2. So come back next week, or if this is the future, I'll pin it somewhere or stick it at the end. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. So basically just going to loosen this guy. Actually, I guess now I can twist the distributor out of the way.